Okay, it's that time of week. It's time for another Tinkercad tutorial. So, this week, simple task using the skills that you've done already. I'm going to make a little bit of a fun thing. You go, ooh, a gear, and ooh, another gear. But when you put them together, yes, kids love these things. It's a Spirograph, or my version of a Spirograph, using a couple of gears and a cylinder. Doesn't take long to make, doesn't take long to print. And if you're doing these as a class set, kids love designing them and then going off and making pretty cool patterns with them. So I'll whip myself to the background and we'll make a Spirograph. It will not take you long at all, and it won't take the kids long either. So into Tinkercad, like so. Here we go. Alright, so we're going to use some of the readily made features or readily made shapes in Tinkercad today. To start off with, we're going to drag a cylinder onto the work plane, and it doesn't matter where we put it, and we're going to resize it to be 70 by 70, and we're going to make it 3mm thick. Alright, so not too fat, not too thin, just right. We're going to round our sides up to be the maximum and our segments up to be the maximum. And I haven't done a bevel on this. You probably could if you wished, but I haven't. So that's our first component made, 70 by 70 by 3. The next one, we're going to go over to the search here, and we're going to type up metric gear. And you'll get a few things like this, and the two that we want are this one and this one. So we're going to drag this blue one out, like so. And we're also going to drag this one out, like so. Now this one is going to become our little wheel that you put your pencil in and draw around. This one is going to become the center. So if we click on this one, I'll move it up the front, move that to the back, and we're going to resize this to start off with. Oh no, we'll just go resize it, and it'll be 50 by 50, 50 by 50, 50. There we go. Now I'm not going to worry too much about it, because as soon as I change the teeth on this, which we have to, it changes the dimensions of it as well. So we're going to change the teeth over here to be 44, like so. And as you can see, it's smashed it out and made it huge. And to do that also, we're then going to resize it to be 50 by 50. I don't know why it does that, but anyway, it does. So 50 by 50, and now I can make it 3mm thick. And this is going to be our center piece. So that's the metric gear with the teeth that are 44. And we need to turn it into a hole. I'm going to press the H key. And we need to align these two and group them. So we're going to put these two together. Press our align tool. Hit center, and then group, union group. And that cuts out the center bit so that we've got our wheel that we're going to run around the inside of. Now for this one, I told you this is not going to take a long time. The amount of teeth on this one, now I did a little bit of research, and you might be going, how do you know it's going to mesh? Currently it doesn't. Well, it kind of does, but not overly well. So I changed the teeth to 25. And then we changed the diameter of this to 26 by 26. Like so, 26 by 26. And you'll see as you sort of drag it in, the mesh is pretty good. And we also want to change the thickness to be 3mm, same as everything else. Like so. So there is the center wheel. You can see the teeth mesh just nicely, and we'll drag it in, and yep, that's it. So 70 by 70 for this one, 26 by 26 for this one, 25 teeth and 44 teeth on the inner wheel. Now I'm just going to drag this out, drag this over to the side. Now because that's in the center, that gear is in that wheel is in the center, it will only draw a circle. So we want to actually have it so that it does some cool patterns. So if we go back to general shapes or basic shapes, and we're going to drag out a cylinder, And we're going to change the size of that to be 3 by 3. Big enough to fit a pencil, big enough to fit a pen as well. And I'm going to just hold down the Alt key and select that one. And Alt creates a duplicate when you click on a shape. So instead of using the duplicate tool, you can hold down the Alt key, click on a shape, and then just drag another one out from it, like so. So we only want 2 of these. I'm just going to line them up a bit. And they don't need to be too far apart because, as you would have seen, our gear is not massive. So I'm just going to sort of put them there. And I'm going to group them, and I'm going to just bundle group them for now. So bundle group, so it locks them together, but doesn't turn them into a whole. Coming over to here, I'm going to put them into my little wheel, and I'm going to align them. So I'm just dragging, left click and drag, and I'm going to align them just to the center. And I just want to have a look as we do this. I just want to make sure that hole's not too close to the edge. I've seen a lot of kids this week making this, and they put it and the hole is right here. So just check, and if it is, just try and move that gear around, do a rotate on it a little bit, and that's fine. So we now want to put maybe one more hole there and another hole there. And we won't do this side, and I'll tell you why in a second. So I'm going to ungroup these two, and then I'm just going to hold down Alt and drag one out, put it here. And I'm going to hold down Alt and drag one out and put it about there. Randomly sort of spaced. I think I've got a different places to where the other ones are. So, I didn't sort of put too much effort into where, just not on this side. And I'll tell you why again in a second. Now, selecting all of those, we will group them. And that gives you your 4 holes, so your 4 different patterns. This one will give you a circle. These ones give you sort of a flower sort of pattern, and these will do the same when you roll them around inside. Now, the reason we didn't put anything on this side is because in the classroom, if you're printing these, then you'll want to be able to, if you've got 10 of these going on the print bed at the same time, they all come off, you're going to have all these kids going, well, which one is mine? So in this step, I just put the name on. So I just drag some text out, resize it, and make it 1 millimeter thick. And then sort of just resize it so it sits however it needs to be. Change my name so it says Dave, like so. And it still sits sort of roughly there, which is good. I'm going to turn it into a hole. And then I'm going to just select both those shapes. I'm going to hit the Align tool. While holding Shift down, I'm going to left click on this shape as we found in other lessons so the wheel doesn't move. So I'm doing that. And then I'm going to align it using the top one, which pushes or engraves my name down into it, and then group. All right, so that's my name in this one. And I'm going to perform the same function here so that when kids are getting this task, it's taking a while to group, when the kids are getting this coming in at the end of the day to collect their prints, as my students do, then they're not having this thing of that's not mine or this is mine. I won't print it. When I look at it and I set it up in the slicer, if I don't see a name on it, I don't print it. So it saves all those issues. And I'm just going to redrag, change my name again, and put it sort of somewhere about there. That'll work, I think. Now I could just align it. I can also just use this. I'm going to move that. Use the cone, and I've just got to push it down 1 mil. And hit H, so it's a hole. And then group these 2 items. Once I've done that, the text is engraved in, and I've now got a spirograph with my name on both wheels. It'll take about, I think about 25 minutes to print on a Bamboo P1S, Bamboo Labs. So that is it. You have now, that was quick, I told you, but that is all that's involved in making a little spirograph. kids will have a lot of fun with it. You'll see lots of little patterns appearing all over the place. And that is this week's tutorial, how to make a spirograph. Next week, we will look at making we might make a pencil cup. A little bit more tricky, but it's still fun to do, and kids can stick their pencils in it, and it goes with the pencil topper in the previous lesson. So I hope you enjoyed. Please subscribe if you did, and that is it. Thank you.